members of the Central Executive Committee of our great party, members of Parliament, representatives from the 10 administrative regions and from across our diaspora, mayors, deputy mayors, our stalwart party elders, our youth and women arm of the party, members all. I believe that as a party, we have restored the strength we know of the People's National Congress. A mere 5 years ago, many people wondered if as a party we can see government again. We did the hard work. We went from village to village. And today, people are saying we are very likely to be the next government. It must be understood that this party is not just an organization. It was and still is the vehicle for national transformation. It is a singular honor to stand before you this day under the compelling theme, building a just, inclusive, and prosperous society for all. This theme is not merely a slogan for a banner or a line in a report. It is, in every way, a call to action, a mandate from the soul of the Guyanese people, echoed through the voices of mothers in our markets, fathers in our factories and fields, teachers in the classroom, nurses in the hospitals, and youths on the streets who want us to build a nation that is fair, united, and prosperous. This is the nation that our people-centered development strategy promises. We gather here today from all regions, from many communities, but we gather here today not as strangers to struggle, nor a newcomer to sacrifice. We all know struggle. We all know sacrifice. Ours is a party whose roots are deep in the soil of service, sacrifice, and the solemn pledge to uplift the people of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. All the people of the Republic. For 70 years, we stood as a fortress for the dispossessed, a banner for the and a compass pointing always to justice. We say to you, we are the party of justice, and we will ensure justice prevails. Let me, at this early moment, express profound gratitude to those who have borne the burden and heat of the day, our past leaders, our general secretaries, chairpersons, our past and present members of parliament, all of our activists who daily represent this party with dignity and honor. I say to you as leader of the party, as activists, you will be rewarded. There are going to be no fly-by-night people who are rewarded at the expense of you, our activists. I also salute the elders of our party, those whose wisdom steadies us, whose sacrifices inspire us, and whose presence among us today reminds us that our future must honor the past. Today, we honor all our stalwarts, dead or alive. Let it be clearly understood, this council is not a mere formality. Yes, it is a convocation of conscience. It is where we reaffirm our unity, recommit to our purpose, and re-energize our resolve to lead this nation forward, not in pieces or factions, but as one united PNCR. Comrades, this team, building a just, inclusive, and prosperous society for all, is not accidental. No, it is a response to the times. It reflects both our enduring values and our evolving vision. It declares that the People's National Congress reform remains rooted in its commitment to justice, unmoved in its belief in inclusion, and undeterred in its pursuit of prosperity for all Guyanese. This General Council is where we reaffirm our direction and refine our strategy. It is where we evaluate our work, not merely to satisfy ourselves, but to answer the cry of a nation that is tired of exclusion, tired of disappointment by false promises, and hungry for leadership that sees them as the most important resource. This council must chart the course not just to elections, but to transformation, not just to power, but to purpose. We can only do that if we honor those who would have served us. That many of us are here is a function of the training we got in the People's National Congress reform. And I reassure you that one of the tasks we will undertake is move this party back to the level where training is done as a normal activity in our party. I believe, and we believe, that proper training results in success. You know, some there are who ask us, why do we spend so much money to bring all our supporters from all 10 regions? Why we move General Council from 1 day to 2 days? It's because we believe in you, our activists. We believe we should consult you. We believe we should give you leadership and guidance, and that is why we make that heavy sacrifice. I say to you as we move forward, unity and organization are the secret ingredients for our success. I want to repeat that. Unity and organization are our secret ingredients to success. Many there are who worry about the money the PPP has. We've shown in the local government election that with organization, we can deal with them. I want to say to you, we will have resources. But if we do not have the organization on the ground, the resources won't help us to achieve our objectives. And so, I want to urge you to go back to your region, to become more involved. But importantly, if each one of you can bring 2 or 3 persons to the process, to the organization, we will be in good stead. Comrades, no movement, no matter how noble its mission, can prevail without unity. It is the cornerstone of our strength, the cement that binds our vision to our action, and the lifeblood of our survival as a political force. Our unity must demand that we do not attack each other. Our unity must ensure we listen to others and appreciate the differences. As a party, we must be our brothers' keepers. It is the cornerstone of our strength. I said before, the cement that binds our vision to our action and the lifeblood of our survival as a political force. In this moment of great national crisis and historic opportunity, we cannot afford fractures within our fold. We must be one party with one purpose, with one people, unified in action. And so today, I offer not just words of welcome, but a word of invitation to all members, all comrades, all believers in justice. There is room in the People's National Congress reform for you. If your heart beats for Guyana, if your hands are ready to work, and if your spirit is committed to service above self, then you are welcome in this house called the People's National Congress Reform. But let me also be clear. While all are welcome to build, none shall be allowed to destroy. We did not inherit this party by chance. No, it was built by blood, sweat, sacrifice, and struggle. We cannot allow narrow ambitions, hidden envy, or political mischief to derail the mission that so many before us work hard to uphold. Let our loyalty be not to personalities or positions, but to the people of Guyana, to this party, and to the principles we stand for. Let us build this organization. This organization is not about Aubrey Norton. He will be gone like all other leaders. It is about the people of this country. And so we need to organize. But to organize, we have to understand the context in which we are operating. At present, Guyana must be the irony of the century. Plenty wealth and plenty poverty. We are experiencing extreme poverty amidst wealth. We are seeing the PPP elite enrich itself. Even at the lower levels, they are alienating their own supporters, creating fertile ground for our work. Let us take the opportunity and work among the disgruntled in the People's Progressive Party. They give pittance to the people, while at the same time, they carry away billions. I say this without fear of contradiction. The two top leaders in the PPP, one would have left the West Coast without a bicycle. The other one would have left Mahaica without one either. But today they are among the wealthiest people at the expense of the people of Guyana. Our aim is to end that. And I say to those of you who aspire in the party, come to serve, not to get rich by corruption. We are moving. We are hurtling to dictatorship if we are not already there. Our country, we are seeing a lack of respect for the rule of law. We are seeing the destruction of democratic institutions. And everything we see the PPP does is aimed at ensuring they have political control and domination. We have to resist that. We have no intention of living in a society dominated by the ruling elite. We want change. We want to end the blatant corruption. Corruption is an evil. Say to every person you meet that the more corruption there is, the longer you will be in poverty. And one of the things to do, if we hope to develop, is to rid this society of corruption. But what is worse, the corruption is also complemented by incompetence. Glaring incompetence. You know, when we arrive at the point where a Secretary of State has to comment on the road, the PPP has become a national embarrassment. I commented on the Parliament on that road, but I also said in yesterday's press conference, if they think they see the worst, go over the river. You know, the major issue here, and we must carry the message, is that the money from oil in Guyana is not meeting the people. And our message must be to say to the people, with the PNCR, with the APNU, the resources from oil and gas will meet the people of Guyana and improve their quality of life. Comrades, every generation must reckon with the moment it inherits. And ours, let us make no mistake, is a moment of both peril and possibility. The PPP constitutes the peril, and we constitute the possibility and hope. Guyana today stands at the crossroads. On one part, wealth without justice, where cranes fill the sky, but monuments rise as people fall, and growth that enriches the few while forsaking the many. On the other side, our path, our people-centered development strategy offers shared prosperity and a society in which every child can dream, every mother can rest, and every worker can rise. We are witnessing the twisted irony of being one of the world's fastest growing economies, yet one of the slowest to feed its poor. While the government laughs and says to feed the poor will eat out the budget, we see mega budgets, but micro benefits. Oil flowing beneath our feet, yet tears flowing from the eyes of hungry children. This, comrade, is not progress. It is an illusion, a gold-plated poverty. This is not the society Burnham envisioned. It is not the society our people deserve. It's a society in crisis, a society that wears prosperity as a mask, but underneath hides the inequality, poverty, corruption, and despair. That is the PPPC, prosperity promise, poverty cemented. This is the moment we must stand, not only as a party, but as a people. The tide of disappointment is rising, but so too is the wave of resistance. The Guyanese people are looking not just for criticisms, they are looking for what we can offer. And that comrades, council must deliver what we can offer. We must tell them where we stand. We must say to them, when we speak of building a just society, we are not speaking in abstractions. Justice is not a luxury to be enjoyed by the powerful. It is the foundation upon which a society stands or falls. We will build a just society. A just society ensures that no child, whether on the coast, mountainous regions, or savanna lands, goes to bed hungry while billions are spent on grand contracts enriching family, friends, and favorites. And we must never stop telling the world that the PPP is enriching family, friends, and favorites at the expense of our people. A just society guarantees fair pay for an honest day's work, not exploitation masked as employment. A just society places the law above party, the Constitution above convenience, and the people above politics. Under our government, justice will not be a slogan. It will be a system where land titles are processed fairly, where indigenous communities are respected, where the courts are independent, and where no citizen must beg for what the Constitution already guarantees. We will not only pass laws, we will live by those laws. We will strengthen our institutions, fund our oversight bodies, and remove the political interference that has turned justice into a whisper when it should be a roar. Justice, comrades, also means economic justice. It means ensuring that workers earn a livable income, that small businesses have access to capital, and that single mothers, elderly citizens, and persons with disabilities are protected, not pitied. We stand for justice, not just in the courtroom, but in the marketplace, the classroom, the clinic, the community, in the entire society. Because a nation that cannot guarantee justice for all its citizens cannot claim prosperity for any. Comrades, if justice is the foundation of our society, then inclusion must be its frame. We cannot speak of nationhood while ignoring the voices that built this nation. We cannot speak of development if the fruits of that progress are reserved for a select few. We must build a Guyana where no one is invisible, where no community is forgotten, where no culture is diminished, and no citizen is made to feel like a stranger in their own land and depend on handouts. We will end the handout culture. We will transfer resources to our people in a dignified manner. Inclusion means that indigenous Guyanese are not only celebrated on holiday, but included in the formulation of national policy. It means that women are not simply thanked, but trusted to lead. It means that young people are not treated as decoration for our posters, but as designers of our policies and partners in our programs. Inclusion means rural community must have equal access to health care and education. It means that Linden, Lethem, Bartica, Dartmouth, and Blackbush Polar must receive equal attention. It means that every child, whether born in Sophia or Chumachumari, has an equal chance to succeed. Yes, comrades, inclusion begins in our home. The party must remain a home for all, a space where differences do not divide, but strengthen us, where no comrade is sidelined because of old wounds or past contests. We must bury grudges, bury hatches, and build bridges. Let it be said that under my leadership, the PNCR is not a gated community. It is a wide open avenue paved with purpose, lit by principle, and leading always to the service of all Guyanese. But like I said before, while we do not welcome destruction. Comrades, prosperity must not be the privilege of the connected. It must be the promise to the committed. We believe that true prosperity is not measured by the size of bridges or buildings, but by the well-being of our people. What good is GDP growth if it does not reach the dinner table? What use is economic expansion if the working class is still one paycheck away from losing hope? The People's National Congress reform is committed to building a prosperity that is broad-based, bottom-up, and people-driven. It is prosperity rooted in livable incomes, fair access to capital, support for entrepreneurs, and social protection that ensure no Guyanese is left behind. We will not only build roads, we will build pathways to ownership. We will not only give cash transfer, we will create opportunity for enterprises. We will not only count the barrels of oil, we will count the dreams fulfilled and the lives improved. We have to say to our people that development must be focused on the people. We will put the people first. Our people-centered development strategy outlines clear, bold measures. We spoke before of monthly child allowances to ease the burden on struggling families, free and universal tertiary education so our youth can compete in this world, a 50-50 youth program training 50,000 young people with a monthly stipend so that they can take the training, our rent-to-own housing scheme, modern public transportation, small business grant, and support for agriculture in every region are all hallmarks of our people-centered development strategy. This is not wishful thinking. It is responsible planning. It is investing in people first. It is recognizing that the greatest resource in this nation is not the oil beneath our soil, but the talent of our people above the soil. Our opponents criticize this policy of ours because they see the vision and positive impact it will have on the lives of every class of Guyanese, but more so, how it will lift all our people out of poverty. It's like the Black Belly Sheep program. It's not like the Black Belly Sheep program. We believe in developing our human resources. It is my commitment, as should be yours, that we will not rest until the average Guyanese no longer fears the end of the month, until dignity returns to every home, until prosperity is not just a catchphrase, but the reality of every Guyanese. My comrades, one of the early tasks I undertook when I became leader is to ensure we develop the policies that will help our people. I had called on every member of parliament to develop a policy framework. Some did, some didn't. But we have developed that policy framework, and we now have a people-centered development strategy. In that strategy, we commit to a post-racial Guyana, where no Guyanese will have to worry about the color of the skin or the texture of the hair. We will establish civil service units, agency ombudsman in every government agency, including the Bank of Guyana, where workers, consumers, and all citizens can seek swift and effective redress against any form of discrimination. We commit to the transformation of the Guyanese man and woman. Today, we pledge to empower ordinary men and women to become strong and financially secure in this era of unprecedented national wealth. My vision is not about periodic handouts. It is about wealth creation. We need to ensure wealth is created and shared in this society. In recent weeks, we have seen PPP thuggery and hooliganism in full display in Region 2 and 6. Their behavior confirms that they know what is the order. Their time is up. We must see the behavior of Jack Dale and Irfan Ali as two desperate people who believe it is the end of the government they lead. All the evidence suggests that they are afraid. Today, I pledge to the Guyanese people that under my leadership, government resources will never be used in the way the PPP uses it, to trample upon the rights of Guyanese, even those with different political views. They talk about ordinary people. We don't care for labels designed to keep people in their current state. We care about every Guyanese having real opportunities to create wealth. That will be our focus. If anything is to be ordinary, let it be the people who are politically and economically empowered by us. That is our focus. That is our mission, to empower the people of Guyana. We are not here to manage poverty. We are here to build prosperity and transform lives and give the people of Guyana a high-quality life. Every Guyanese deserves stable electricity, clean and dependable running water, cutting-edge health care, the highest quality education, and executive-style leisure. You know, all we talk about development, we seem not to remember that leisure is critical to people and that there is a right to leisure. And so we will ensure Guyanese can enjoy themselves. Oil money for us must meet the people. We will roll out a massive housing program so that in the earliest possible time, every Guyanese who wants a home will have one. No long lines, no 10-year waiting list, no excuses, just results. Every family deserves a place to call home in this land of wealth. May I also say to you that this government is very hypocritical. They always keep talking about climate change, but they're doing most of the development on the low coast. You know, we're saying to you that we will open Guyana. we will shift a lot of activities to the highlands. We say we will build an interregional highway system to unlock the full potential of this country. We should be able to drive from region 1 to 10. These roads will link regions, villages to markets, regions to opportunity, and Guyanese to the beauty of Guyana. From the coast to the savannas, from the Pacaraima to the quarantine, Guyanese will be free to move, build, earn, and explore. It hurts me every time I ask a young Guyanese, do they know of have they ever been to the Rupununi? Invariably, if they're not from the Rupununi, the answer is no. Have you ever been to Region 1? No. Some of them have never even been to Essequibo Coast. You laugh, but how do you expect people to love their country if they don't know it? And our intention is to make them know their country. We will revolutionize small businesses. From corner shops to creative startups, we will unleash entrepreneurship like never before. We'll push local economies forward, village by village, community by community, region by region, because we believe wealth must be created across Guyana, not hoarded in the pockets of a small few. All Guyanese, regardless of race, religion, geography, location, or perceived social status, will have a full stake in this economic transformation. We'll also implement a substantial cash transfer to every Guyanese household, guaranteed by legislation. Notice, I'm saying cash transfer, not cash grant. Nobody is granting you anything. This is our money that you elect a government to distribute, and we will allocate it to you in a fair way. This direct benefit from our oil wealth ensures that prosperity begins at the grassroots, because the transformation of a nation begins with the transformation of individual lives. Whenever this government tell you about transformative projects, every time Ali, and I see one of we read MPs calling them transformative projects. A project is only transformative if it is impacting the quality of the life of the ordinary man. If it isn't doing that, it isn't transformative. We are not promising magic. We are building a first-class life in a first-class country. With your trust, we'll get it done. Together, we will put the people first. From my work in the villages across this country, I can report that victory at the next election is not only possible, but is highly likely and will occur. I am not promising you it will be easy. It will demand hard work. Politics is a 24/7 job that sometimes offers little benefit, but when properly done with proper leadership, it offers a lot of benefits. So I'm saying to you, let us put our shoulders to the wheel. Let us recruit young people. Let us work hard. We are working, or we must work in a way that it is very clear that if we don't win, our people are in trouble. This campaign is not about us. This campaign is about removing a government that does not serve this country. Like we have said, if Guyana is to grow, the PPP must go. But we must take that far past a slogan. We must act to ensure that the People's Progressive Party goes. For their existence is a humbug to development. And so I urge all of you to commit to this great party. I urge all of you to recruit for this great party. You know, Barnum once said, if they kill me, another Rasta can take my place. On many occasions, I have heard people sought to pronounce the PNC as dead. But it hasn't happened, and it will never happen. We must continue to rebuild our groups in this party. We must continue to engage people. We must speak to every child, every person in every nook and cranny. And I say this, do not assume because a village is traditionally a PPP stronghold, it shouldn't be tackled. We must tackle every vote. You know, one of the good things about a vote, when you look on the ballot, you don't see color class reading up. The only thing you see is the party they vote for. And so we must engage even those who we think aren't supporting us, because sometimes our thinking can be wrong. My comrades, if it is one thing I want you to do, is to leave here inspired that you're a part of a great party, and this great party is on the verge of victory. As we fight for the rule of law and democracy, we are fighting for our children. We are fighting for the future. We are fighting to save Guyana from a corrupt, incompetent, and divisive regime. In this life, we all must make sacrifices. This election is an election where we will show all, or we will see all who are prepared to make the sacrifice. Don't be carried away by sweet talk. Look for concerted action. Many people can talk, and after they left the session, they ain't got nothing to do. They don't believe they impress the world. Yes, talk is important. I want all of us to be eloquent and speak. But remember, your speech is only realized when we act. And so let us act in concert. Let us be focused. We live in the era of social media, in which all kinds of things come up, clarify before accepting. Recognize that this election is in a new era, an era where social media will play a great part. And so we have to stay in contact with our members and supporters, answer their calls when they want issues clarified. I want to say this finally. We are committed to working towards coalition. But we ain't gonna let nobody make dice pass you. We are well aware that we are better together. But we are also well aware that we carry the burden of the work. And I want to make this commitment to you. that this party will not allow anybody to ride on your backs. We are prepared to engage and be reasonable, but we are not prepared to bend over backwards. We have seen the dangers of bending over backwards. You, as our loyal comrades and workers, must leave here reassured that the People's National Congress reform will put you first. I have no illusions. I believe there's a role for leadership. But I also believe if the people on the ground aren't doing anything, leadership in trouble. And so I want to thank you for what you are doing on the ground. Every time I pick up or go on social media and I see Anil or I see Robin or I see Johnny, whoever, from Lachman Aziz, sorry. Lachman is the surname. Lachman, sorry. Every time I see you out there, I feel we are getting closer to victory. And I want to say this to all regions. Do your work on the ground. Post it on social media so people know you are active. But be sensible with what you post. You must have political sense. We are on a proper path. We are on a path to victory. We are at the point where this country is saying they believe we can do it. We already believe in ourselves. We believe in you. You believe in us. And together, we will move forward. This General Council is a seminal General Council because it will define the way forward. Be part of it. This General Council is a manifestation that we are meeting out to people. I have seen some people I haven't seen in years back in the fold. Let us continue to bring them back into the fold, build a great People's National Congress reform as we hail our founder leader, Lyndon Forbes, Samson Burnham, who has prepared the base for us. We should not be ashamed of anything. Forbes Burnham laid the foundation in this country. We are proud that Forbes Burnham gave us free education without oil. He taught us to rely on ourselves, and we must continue to do that and preach that message to young people. I believe once we all work together, we will be victorious. Long live the People's National Congress reform. Long live you, the members of our party. And I say to you, onward to victory.